Welcome to Bharat Kranti. This is the second video in the series of detailed explanation of UPSC Civil Services Examination Syllabus. In our first video, we have seen detailed explanation of UPSC Preliminary Examination Syllabus and its pattern. Before that, we have even uploaded a video on philosophy of UPSC Civil Services Examination Syllabus. Why syllabus is framed in this particular way it is. So I request any aspirant who did not see these two videos to watch this first, because we are coming in a logical order, and now this is a rare experiment. You will not find this kind of experiment anywhere, offline or online. So to benefit all the aspirants, to give a comprehensive idea, to fill the gaps in the knowledge of all the aspirants, we are starting from very basic level. Why syllabus is framed in a particular way, and what is the meaning of each and every syllabus keyword or syllabus line. Okay, in part 1 we have completed this for prelims. Now in this part 2 we are seeing this for mains. So let us first understand the structure of the mains exam. In mains exam you will be writing 9 papers in total. Each paper is of 3 hours duration. So 9 papers there will be. Okay, if you want to know how this paper looks roughly, the mains paper roughly looks like this. There will be minute variations, but overall, in general, the mains booklets given by UPSC looks like this. And the answer sheet looks like this. That's what I'm telling. Prelims exam is objective. You will be given a question paper, which will be having question booklet, which will be having MCQs, multiple choice questions. You are supposed to identify the right answer, and you are supposed to bubble the right answer in the OMR sheet. This is objective exam. Answer is same for everyone. But mains is subjective exam. Everyone's answer is different. It is subjective. So you will be given a question booklet and you will write your own answer in the answer booklet. You will be also given an answer booklet. So every question will have some dedicated space, 2 pages or 3 pages. You are supposed to fill in the space as the answer to the given question. So as you can see, the first 2 papers of mains are Indian languages. Okay, languages, Indian language and English paper, language papers. So paper A or Indian language paper is for 300 marks and it is qualifying in nature. What does it mean, qualifying in nature? Qualifying in nature means it is just enough if you score 25% of marks. 25% of 300 is 75 marks. So it is just enough to score 75. So Indian language means your native language will be tested. If you are a person from Telangana or Andhra, you might be choosing Telugu language. It is up to you. You can choose the language. There is something called Schedule 8 in the Indian Constitution. And in the Schedule 8, the official languages of India were notified, which are 22 languages. You have to choose one among those 22. And you have to write this Indian language paper on it to prove that you know the basics of that language. You can communicate in that language. Okay, so if you choose Telugu, basic Telugu grammar, okay, basic Telugu writing, etc. will be tested. If you choose some other, let's say Tamil, if you are from Tamil Nadu and you choose Tamil, similarly, whether you know basic Tamil or not will be tested, and same for everything. You can choose Hindi or any native Indian language given in the 8th schedule of India. And you just need to score 75, whether you score 76 or 180, both are same. Okay. Qualifying, it is just qualifying. Same with paper B, English, total marks are 300 and it is qualifying in nature. You should just score 25%, that is 75 marks. So your basic English is tested. You don't need to be an expert in these 2 language papers. You don't need to be a scholar. You should just prove that you know the basic communication. You can just understand basic English. You can communicate in basic English. That is the intent here. Okay. So hope you have understood the concept of 2 language papers. We will see the syllabus of the language papers also. So next comes the essay, next comes the 4 general studies papers, then comes 2 optional papers, and all of these papers are for 250 marks. And as you can see here, they will be counted, rest of the papers, the remaining 7 papers will be counted for the merit, for the final ranking. So prelims you have qualified, you can forget your prelims marks. Indian language papers you have written, you can forget them. If you are scoring above 75, you can forget them. No need to remember how much you are scoring. Now starts the actual mains exam. So from essay onwards, how much you are scoring matters. So 7 papers, each 250 is 1750. So your final evaluation will be done for mains on 1750. So those people who score above the UPSC decided cutoff in mains, they will be allowed to attend interviews. Okay, they will be allowed to attend the next stage. So let us see these papers one by one. So as I have told you in the previous video and the philosophy video, the questions in the mains exam will be in a such a way that candidates general awareness of variety of subjects. See here, candidates general awareness of variety of subjects. How you know the political system of India, how you know the geography of India, how you know the very nature of Indian society, economy of India, etc. Variety of subjects, your awareness of variety of subjects, which will have relevance for career in civil services will be tested. Okay. Then you are supposed to give relevant, meaningful and succinct answers, small answers. So for the question paper given like this, you will be given either 2 pages or 3 pages. If it is a 10 marks question, 2 pages space will be given. If it is a 50 marks question, 3 pages space will be given. So you have to understand the question, you have to analyze it, you should think how to write. Okay, you should understand UPSC expectations. Then you should write a relevant answer, not a random story. You should write meaningful. Whatever you have write should make sense and it should be succinct. It should be appropriate sized. It should not be blah 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 for so many pages. Okay. So that is the nature of the mains exam. So what is the word limit will be specified in the paper. In every paper, whether it is essay or general studies paper, word limit will be specified there. Okay, and marks also specified there. You can see in this paper in the right side. This question is asking to write the answer in 150 words and it is 10 marks. So let us see the syllabus of qualifying papers on Indian language and English. Okay. So the aim of the paper is to test the candidate's ability to read and understand serious discursive prose. So whether you understand prose, long paras of given language, can you express your ideas clearly in the given language and to express ideas clearly and correctly in Indian language and English. Okay, the pattern of questions would be broadly as follows. So how questions will come in this language paper? First comes the comprehension. Okay, we have seen in the previous video also. Comprehension means they will give you a para and you have to understand the para, and in this one there will be questions on that. Following the para there will be questions. So you have to read the para and you have to answer the questions. Then come the Precis Writing. So what is Precis Writing? Precis Writing means summarizing. You will be given a long para. Now you have to summarize. You have to write the gist of it in almost 1/3 space. You have to understand the essence, the message in the given para, and now you have to write the same in the lesser space, okay, lesser words, conveying the same message. That is Precis Writing. You will practice it when you are preparing for mains. Now usage and vocabulary. So basic grammar etc. will be tested, like fill in blanks etc. etc. So verbs, your basic grammar will be tested, usage and vocabulary, meanings will be asked. Okay, short essays. So you will be given some title and you are supposed to write an essay on that. Like they can ask like this: write an essay of 800 words on climate change. Write an essay on 800 words on parliamentary system of India. Anything they can give as a essay topic. Okay, socio-economic, just anything they can give as topic, and they will ask you to write an essay. If it is your Indian language paper, you will write in that particular Indian language. If it is English, you will write in English. And for Indian language paper, they will also give an additional section which is asking translations to and from English. Let's say you have chosen Telugu as your Indian language. You will be asked, you will be given a para in English, you will be asked to translate it into Telugu. Similarly, you will be given a Telugu para, you will be asked it to translate to English. Okay, and this section will be present only in Indian language paper, paper A. So we have seen the syllabus of language papers. Now come to the essay paper syllabus. So there is no specific syllabus for essay paper. Whatever you read for general studies, that is broadly the syllabus. Because general studies syllabus is so wide and comprehensive, we will see in upcoming sections. It is so wide and comprehensive, it almost covers everything. There is nothing left out. It is generally made a joke that everything under the sun comes under the GS syllabus. So general studies papers 4 together cover everything. So there is no specific syllabus for essay. Whatever you read for general studies, it is usually for the essay also. But the practice, answer writing practice, the essay writing practice should be done separately. And UPSC has given a guidelines broadly on how to write an essay. These are the guidelines. Candidates may be required to write essay on multiple topics. Multiple topics. It is not a single topic. It's not like on the day you will go and the essay will be on economy and you will write on economy. It's not that you will go there and it is on environment or it is on social justice, it is some ethical essay or it is some philosophical essay. You are supposed to write multiple essays on multiple topics. So they are telling you to prepare mentally for that. It's not a monotonous single essay. So essay paper will broadly look like this. You can see here there are two sections, section A and section B. You have to write two essays. So total paper is 250 marks and each essay is 125 marks. So you can see here, they are specifying the word limit. They are asking write two essays, choose one from each section. They have given two sections, section A and section B. They are asking one essay from section A, one essay from section B. You cannot write two essays from section A or two essays from section B. You should choose one from section A, one from section B. And each essay should write in at least 1000 to 1200 words. It is very important to maintain this word limit. Anyone can write a smaller good essay. Anyone can write papers and papers of stories, pages and pages of stories. Only a sincere aspirant can write relevant content, relevant essay, meaningful essay, but also can meet the required word limit. Okay, it takes some practice. And as you can see here, marks are 125 into 250. So marks are 125 into 2 means each essay is 125 marks. They will be expected to keep closely to the subject of the essay, to arrange their ideas in orderly fashion and to write concisely. So you will be expected to keep closely to the subject of the essay. If they are asking about something, like see this essay 5 in section B, okay, section B essay 5. Culture is what we are, civilization is what we have. So they are asking about culture and civilization. You talk about this. You don't deviate to some random political issue or communal issue, or you don't deviate to some language. Okay, you don't deviate to some science issue and write pages and pages on that. Okay, keep closely to the subject of the essay. Okay, and to arrange their ideas in orderly fashion. So regarding a topic, any essay, if they were given, you are supposed to write 1000 or 1200 words, means it comes around like at least 10 pages it will come. You will be given a booklet which is having the required space. So when you are writing 10 pages, even assuming at least 2 paras per page, you will be writing at least 20 paras. So 20, you have to think about content of 20 paras. This means you will be having so many ideas. You have to arrange all these ideas in an orderly fashion. There should be a logical order. There is a logical order, like you are talking about a particular locality, then you are talking about particular district, then you are talking about particular state, then you are talking about particular country, then you are talking about whole world. So this is in a logical order from local to global. It's not like first you talk about the locality, then you talk about the world, then you come out to the district, then you talk about the nation. So random order is not appreciated. And to write concisely. So they are telling you, whatever you want to convey concisely. Don't write paras and paras and paras regarding single idea. If something can be said simply, just say it in that way. Okay. Credit will be given for effective and exact expression. Effective means you should be able to tell what you are supposed to tell. That essay is whatever the essay topic is, whatever you want to tell, you should tell it effectively. Something is in your mind, it should be reflected on the paper. If something is in mind but it is not reflected on paper properly, then it is not effective. And exact expression. Okay, exact expression. Sorry. Okay, credit will be given for effective and exact expression. Again, keep it close, keep it concise. Write exactly what is needed to be told. What is needed to be expressed. Okay, so don't over garnish it. Okay, don't beat the bush. That is what the meaning of this. So this is the syllabus of the essay. There is no separate syllabus for the essay. Okay, whatever you read in GS papers, it will be useful as the syllabus of the essay. Now coming to the GS papers. So there are 4 GS papers after it. Okay, Optional papers we cannot in detail see because there are 48 optional papers. So we cannot discuss syllabus of every optional paper, and optional paper is not same for everyone. So the papers written by everyone are prelims, language papers, essay, 4 GS papers are written by everyone. So we are seeing the syllabus of all of it. So paper 2 or general studies paper 1. Essay is the paper 1. Paper 2 is the general studies paper 1. There are 4 general studies papers which are paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, paper 3, paper 4. So general studies paper 1, as I told in a previous class also, it talks about Indian heritage and culture, world history, geography, society. And it is having 20 questions. You can see the pattern of the paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. All these 3 papers have similar structure. Each of them has 10 marks questions, 10 15 marks questions. So total comes around 250 marks and total questions are 20 questions. Same pattern across paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. General Studies paper 2 contains governance, constitution, polity, social justice, international relations. General Studies paper 3 contains technology, economic development, biodiversity, environment, security and disaster management. Okay, now paper 4 ethics is a bit different. Paper 4 is ethics, integrity and aptitude, which is general studies, paper 5, which is general studies paper 4. Okay, it talks about ethics, integrity and aptitude. And it is having 19 questions in total, not 20. And these 19 questions not same. There are 13 theory based questions. So just generally showing any GS paper roughly looks like this. Okay. Mains paper roughly looks like this. Answer sheet we have already seen. Now there will be theory based questions. Theory based questions will look like GS questions only in the same way like this. In the general studies paper 4, there are 13 theory based questions. They are normal questions but ethical questions. You will understand when you see the actual paper. Okay, when we discuss about that particular subject, let us see it. Then there will be 6 case studies. So what is a case study? Case study means this. You will be given a detailed case. You will be put into a situation. You are this officer working in this company and your superior is resorting to these corrupt activities. You want to report it but they are threatening you. So now it is your life versus your values. So you will be put in a very critical situation where you need to take tough decisions. Every decision comes with a consequence. So they will ask you what will you do in this situation, just to understand how you will think in real critical situations. Okay, so this is case study. So this is the larger view of pattern of UPSC Mains general studies papers, 4 general studies papers. Okay, now let us see each and every paper in detail syllabus. Now I am going into general studies paper 1 syllabus in detail. Okay, after this we will go general studies paper 2 syllabus in detail, general studies paper 3 syllabus in detail. Okay, so this is the official syllabus. I have copy pasted from UPSC notification. This is the official syllabus given by UPSC for general studies paper 1. Okay, so the syllabus of general studies paper 1 is largely divided into this way. See here, this first line is talking about art and culture. Okay, Indian culture. So it is called art and culture. We will go into every syllabus line one by one, so don't worry. I'm just giving you a broad overview of the general studies paper 1. Now there are 2 lines which are talking about modern history of India. There is 1 line which is talking about post-independent India, India after getting independence. Then there is 1 syllabus line on world history. Then there are few syllabus key lines on Indian society. Then in the end there are some on Indian and world geography. So see here how diverse subjects you are supposed to learn. You are supposed to learn art and culture of India and you are supposed to learn modern history. So here, see, in prelims when we see in history, I told you we have to read ancient India history, medieval Indian history, modern Indian history. But in mains, only modern history is explicitly specified. They did not specify about ancient and medieval history. But because there is something called art and culture and we have art and culture throughout the period, we are learning ancient, medieval and modern also. Anyway, we have to read for prelims also. But for mains, rather than the chronology, kings, sequences, etc., we should focus on art and culture when it comes to ancient and medieval. But for modern, both historical events, personalities, sequence, chronology also becomes important along with art and culture. Okay. So now I'm going into each and every part one by one. Every syllabus line I will read out first, then I will explain the meaning of it, then I will show you the examples. So first let us see the culture part. So there is something called, first line is Indian culture, and it is talking about salient aspects of art forms. Art forms, what are art forms? Dance, singing, painting, these are art forms, okay? Puppetry. So India is a very, very diverse country, you know already. Our culture is very, very rich. Possibly we are the richest country in terms of culture on earth. We have so many art forms. So we will see about all those art forms. So what are art forms? Art forms are these, which are entertaining to the people, like dance, singing, okay, painting. These are art forms. Next, literature. What is literature? Those written books, okay, ancient scripts. These are the literature of India, okay. So Vedas, okay, Dharma Shastras, Kautilya's Ardhashastra, all of these are Indian literature. Architecture. What is architecture? The temples we have, the buildings we have built, the sculptures, all of these are our architecture, okay. So our contents, our culture is our heritage. So culture means a design for life, how we are living our life. Our life is determined by this, like we go to temples even now, okay, we believe in particular religion, we speak about particular language. So the way Indians are living is basically read in Indian culture. If you see, there is Kuchipudi in Andhra Pradesh today, there is Bharatanatyam in Tamil Nadu, etc. So India have certain kind of classical dances. Okay, all this pop, etc. we have brought from the Western. Otherwise, we used to enjoy the traditional Indian dances. Even till date, we enjoy so much of Indian music. Okay, all of these are Indian art forms. Okay, so Ramayana, Mahabharata, examples of Indian literature. Okay, so all of these are our part of culture which we learn from this, and we have to learn this Indian culture from ancient to modern times. It's not belonging to just one particular period. So almost from Indus Valley civilization of 2500 BC, we will learn about the Indian culture, okay, till modern times, till date. Next comes the modern Indian history. After culture, I have shown you in GS paper 1, we have modern Indian history. So this is modern Indian history from the middle of the 18th century. So middle of the 18th century means it is roughly around 1750s, 1750 AD. So see, if you see, Europeans came to India in 15th, 16th century itself, like Vasco da Gama has come to India in 1498. But we are not learning from the arrival of the Europeans. Actually, modern history started from the arrival of the Europeans. But still, UPSC clearly telling you, you are supposed to read from 1750 only. Why 1750? Because this is the time Britishers started taking over the country. So in 1757, they will go into a war called Battle of Plassey in Bengal, and first time they will get control of some land in India. Till then, they are here for business only. So modern Indian history mostly focusing on British. Okay. So from the middle of the 18th century till present. Okay. Significant events, personalities and issues. So throughout the history, modern history from 1750, all the significant events, personalities we have, like say, there is Sepoy Mutiny in 1857. We know Gandhiji, we know Ambedkar, we know Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, we know Allur Sitaram Raju. Okay, so all of this we have to learn. The freedom struggle, various stages and important contributions from different parts of the country. So now, as I'm telling you, modern history is from 1750s till date, or at least say independence, till independence. But among all this period, there is a most important period called the freedom struggle period or Indian national movement. So before 1850s, there is no concept called India. There is no country called India. When Britishers started taking over the country, by 1850, 1860, they have taken almost control of the full country of present day India. So when Britishers started ruling all of us, now we realize that we are fundamentally different from these Britishers who are white people having their own type of culture. We are fundamentally different. Our dressing style is different. Our languages are different from them. Our food habits are different from them. So then started the idea of India. So this region having unique culture which is different from India. So see, many people confuse you in the idea of India with the idea of religion. But the idea of India is idea of culture. What unites this land is culture, not religion. Not everyone in this land follows same religion. Not everyone in this land speaks same language also. Some people also link India with a particular language. But the only thing that unites India, that united India in the past, even during the time of Vedas, okay, 1500 BC, 1000 BC, from that time to modern times, the only thing uniting all India is culture. Okay, so we realize that we are fundamentally having different culture from Britishers, and this land which is having its own culture should have the right to rule over itself. So there came the idea of independent India. Now this idea has taken a very clear picture in 1885. Now we have formed a separate organization for independence called Indian National Congress in 1885. So from this 1850s, 1860s, and especially from 1885, our independence struggle has started. We started fighting British for independence, and it ended in 1947 when they have ultimately given independence and ran to their country. So this is called our independence movement or freedom struggle. Now UPSC has added a specific line about this. So among all the period from 1750 till 1947, please also give special focus to this particular time period. Okay. So this is modern history. Now moving on to the post-independence consolidation and reorganization within the country. See, this is the India before independence. There are many British ruled provinces, and in some provinces Britishers have left to the kings. There are kings, like there is Hyderabad Nizam. So Nizam king. So he is ruling Hyderabad. In 1947, Hyderabad Nizam is ruling Hyderabad, but he is subordinate to British. He is ruling the region under the sovereignty of the Britishers. Okay, Britishers are the ultimate masters, but he is the one ruling. There is no democracy, there are no elections in Hyderabad in 1947. So there are many princely states like this, you can see here. So India is like this. So all the present state you are seeing, they are not there in 1947. The India is different back then. Pakistan was part of India. Bangladesh was part of India. Okay, there was no Sikkim. There is no state called Telangana. There is no state called Andhra Pradesh. Okay, there is no state called Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. Okay, so India was looking different back then. Now after independence, we started to consolidate it. We started taking Hyderabad. Okay, we started taking Junagadh. Okay, Kashmir was a big issue. It could not be taken properly. So that is why you still see Kashmir was not fully consolidated in India. Some of the Kashmir is with Pakistan. We call it Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So we have reorganized the country internally also. Like we have formed states based on language basis. Like we have given all the Telugu speaking people Andhra Pradesh, which has further broken into two: Andhra Pradesh, present Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. We have given a state for all the Tamil speaking population, Tamil Nadu, all the Kannada speaking population, Karnataka. Okay, Marathi speaking population, Maharashtra, Gujarat. Okay, Kerala for the Malayalam speaking people. Okay, West Bengal. So based on language, etc., we have divided. So the India right now is very different from what it was before independence. So here we are seeing that post-independence consolidation and reorganization within the country. So moving on to the next syllabus line, world history. So this says history of the world from 18th century. Especially, so you are supposed to read the history of the world from 18th century. It's not like you will read history of the world from 10,000 years, 3000 BC. You don't need to know Roman Empire, okay, 5th century BC. You don't need to all that. Byzantine Empire. You don't need to learn all that. In the syllabus, it is very clearly specified. You should know only history of the world from 18th century. Why 18th century? In 18th century around, there is something called Industrial Revolution happened in Europe, and it fundamentally changed the world. So before that, everything is handmade, everything is man-made, everything is mostly produced from agriculture, etc. But now technology, they have developed the technology, they have invented machines. With machines, you can work in a factory, which is called industry. Now this became industrial revolution. Before this, if you want a cloth, you have to spin it with hand, you have to make it with hand. But now a machine can make the cloth, a machine can make the shirt or t-shirt. This is industrial revolution. Okay, so with industrial revolution, the whole technology has changed, world has changed. So industrial revolution is one significant event you should read. Then world wars. So this all specified in the syllabus. They are telling you what you are supposed to read from 18th century. and where your special focus should be, like Industrial Revolution, World Wars. World has seen two World Wars, World War I, 1914 to 1918, World War II, 1939 to 1945. Then comes redrawal of the national boundaries. So these Europeans have gone to all other countries. They have came to India. They started ruling India from, I told you, 1757 till 1947. They have gone to Africa. They have divided whole Africa as per their whims and fancies. Okay, they have gone to South America, ruled South America. They have gone to America, North America also. They have ruled America. So they have done this throughout the world. They have redrawn the national boundaries among themselves. Like the European countries, new countries came into picture. France, Germany, etc. These are the countries who are not existing. Kings are ruling. Now many things happened like French Revolution, etc. Now a clear country called France came. Germany came. Italy came. So this redrawal of national boundaries occurred throughout the world. You are supposed to know about it. Then comes the colonization and decolonization. Colonization means making countries as their colony. Decolonization means leaving the countries and going to their own country. Like take the case of India. Britishers have made India their colony in 1750s and Britishers have decolonized India in 1947. So broadly throughout the world, how this colonization happened, how this decolonization happened, we have to see. Then comes the political philosophies. There are some political philosophies, how countries should be organized. Like there is a person called Adam Smith and he has given a theory called capitalism. Okay, it basically says just leave everyone as they want to be. If someone is investing and earning money, just leave it him. Don't collect any taxes. Don't set rules to him. Okay. On the other hand, communism. Communism is given by Karl Marx, a German philosopher, and he says no. Everything should be controlled by the state. Government has to control everything. If you leave it to the private people, now poor people will be exploited. Okay, so there are some theories you will read in detail. These are called political philosophies. They basically talk about how a political system, how a country has to be run. Okay, and their effects on the society. So moving on to the next part of the syllabus, which is Indian society. So next part is Indian society. So in the first line, you will see about salient features of Indian society and the diversity of India. Diversity of India itself is a feature of Indian society. So India is a very diverse country. We are not like other countries which are having singular population. So if you go to some other country like Saudi Arabia, almost all their people are belonging to a particular religion, belonging to a particular clan, etc. You go to England, so all the people look the same and their culture is same. Their language is same. India is not like that. India is having a diverse culture, diverse population, diverse languages, diverse religions, okay, diverse racial groups also. So Northeast Indians look in a different way from South Indians. North Indians look in a different way from South Indians. Broadly speaking, I'm not putting any stereotypes. I'm just saying India has so much diversity in many aspects. In fact, it is so much diverse that even within a family, not all people look alike. They do not speak in the same way. Young people adopt a different type of style. Older people will be from a different mindset. So India has so much diversity. We will learn about the diversity, and India also has so many features. India is a traditional country. It is having its preference for joint families, etc. Okay, it prefers arranged marriages, but right now it is coming in conflict with modernity, and modernity prefers love marriages. Modernity prefers individuality, nuclear families. So now India is seeing a clash. You can see it in the real world right now. So the clash of tradition with modernity is a basic feature of India right now. So we will read about these features of India in this section. Then comes role of women and women's organization. So basically India is a patriarchal society. So a patriarchal society is where men are dominating in every sphere. Men are seen as superior, women are seen as inferior. Society believes this. It's not just one people or two people. In general, society believes that men are superior and women cannot do anything. So though in those societies where this patriarchy existing, their economy cannot be reaching their full potential. There are some disadvantages, and it is violating the rights of the woman. Because we have seen Western societies, which are giving equal importance to women and they are thriving. So countries like US, etc., they are the one of the richest countries on earth. So now came the awareness of equality throughout the world. So in this syllabus line, UPSC has given you to study and understand the role of the women and women's organization. So here you will read about the role of the many women who has played in making India a rich country, I mean a powerful country, a significant role in Indian history, and role of women's organizations, how women can organizations can be formed for the benefit of the women and how they are organized. Okay, general role of women, like what is the role a woman plays in the betterment of a family, society, country. Okay, so this section is talking about the issues women is facing. If you read this subject, this chapter, you will understand that women will face many problems right from birth. At the birth, they can be killed. Okay, female infanticide. Till the old times. In the old times, they have to face loneliness. So from birth to death, they will come across many challenges for being a woman. So we will read all that, the disadvantages women are facing in India. And what they can do actually. How they can contribute to the society. Role of women and women's organization. Population and associated issues. So we all know India has too much population. In fact, we are the country with largest population on earth right now. We have taken over China. And with the population comes so many issues. And so we will read population and all those issues in this chapter. Okay. Next comes the poverty and developmental issues. So poverty means high poor people among the society. So India, you will see in almost in major cities, we are having enough number of rich people. We will see very high buildings. Government says we are developing this way, our GDP is increasing. But still, even in 2026, there is very high poverty. There are significant number of poor people who do not have basic necessities of life, basic comforts of life in India, in every city, in every village. So we read about poverty, the factors causing it, the consequences of it. Okay, the developmental issues associated. Developmental issues means a poor person cannot participate in society effectively. He cannot have good education, he cannot have good health, etc. Okay, next comes urbanization, their problems and their remedies. So urbanization means more and more. India is traditionally a rural society. We are village dominated society, but more and more villages, more and more rural areas are converting into urban areas. Cities. So this birth of new cities is called urbanization, and new cities are creating many problems like slums, heavy traffic, heavy pollution, etc. With urbanization, severe floods every year we will see in news. Delhi got flooded, Mumbai got flooded, Hyderabad got flooded, etc. So with urbanization, we are facing so many problems and their remedies. Okay. See, one more point I want to tell. All the general studies papers are very interlinked. Here, urbanization is given in Indian society, but urbanization is also a significant geographical concept also. You can see poverty. Poverty is social concept, but poverty is also economic concept. Okay, so don't limit every topic to one subject. When you read about poverty, keep the social dimensions in mind and also subconsciously link it to economic paper GS3 also. Keep the economic dimensions also. So all GS papers are interlinked. If you have some information which you have read in Indian society, but you can use it in economic paper in GS3. When you are writing GS3 paper, use it. Okay. Next comes the effect of globalization on Indian society. So what is globalization? Globalization means whole world developing a single culture. It is becoming one. People having interactions. So now we are using Western technology. People are using TikTok, Instagram, which are not Indian apps. People are wearing jeans, which are not traditional Indian culture. World is adopting Indian yoga. So this mutual exchange of culture and people is called globalization, and technology also. Okay, so this is globalization and it is having some good impacts and bad impacts, both positive and negative. In this section, we will read about effects of globalization on Indian society. Next comes the social empowerment. Social empowerment. So there are some vulnerable sections in a society. In our society, not everyone is equal. Some people are at disadvantage because of the way our society is being organized. Because we are a patriarchal society, women are at a disadvantage. Okay, because there is a caste system, scheduled caste, OBCs are at a disadvantage. Tribal people are always discriminated by these non-tribal people who are living in the mainstream society. So our society is dominated by one religion, Hindu religion. So all the minorities who are non-Hindu religions, they face severe discrimination. So minorities, you can say vulnerable section. Older people, people who past certain age, they become physically, mentally, socially inactive. Now they are becoming very vulnerable. So they are a section of vulnerable sections. Children does not know anything, they can be easily manipulated. So they are a vulnerable section. Differently abled. So all the buildings we are building, all the infrastructure, all the buses, everything are for a normal person. A different abled person usually prevented from many activities because the structure of our devices, the structure of our building, the structure of our infrastructure is not disabled friendly. Like take the example of a bus. When a bus comes to a bus station, it is not usually convenient for a person in wheelchair. We are not designing in that way. Okay, railway platforms. So how a person in a wheelchair can go to a 10th platform using the steps. Okay. Take a building for example. There is a government office and there is a particular office, pension office in 5th floor. If there are only steps, only normal people can go. But if there are steps and there is a lift also, anyone can go. Even disabled people can go. So it's not inherent disadvantage. As long as you have lift, disabled people and ordinary people both are same. The moment you take the lift, disabled people cannot climb to the 5th floor. So it's not only about them, it's about the way we are organizing our society also. I have just explained using physical infrastructure, but it happens in social ways also. The way you are organizing a society matters. That decides the access to various section of people. And these are the people who are deprived of access because the way our society is organizing. Transgenders. So society does not accept anyone who is not binary, like male and female are only accepted, who are attracted to opposite sexes. So transgenders are looked upon. So they are seen as vulnerable sections. So we will talk about empowerment of all of these vulnerable sections, how to bring them on par with other people, how to do justice to them, how can we make these sections participate in the society. So this is called social empowerment. We will read this in section. See here in paper 2 there is a section called social justice in GS paper 2. Here it is social empowerment. So here we will read theory part, what we should do, how to do. Theory part we will read what government is actually doing for social empowerment. The dynamic part, the current affairs part, we will mostly see in social justice in paper 2. Okay. Next comes the communalism, regionalism and secularism. So now we are talking about divisive parts. We are saying diversity, unity in diversity is a significant feature of India. Now there are some entities and there are some ideologies which are dividing people. So regionalism and communalism is one such thing. Regionalism means only my region. The extreme love for a region, only my region is superior than others. So if I am from North India and I believe people who, all the people of India should speak only my language. And I will not allow any people who are speaking any other language. Same, yeah. Some people in Karnataka argue that anyone who is coming here should speak Kannada only. So such kind of extreme behaviors are regionalism. Okay, my region is the only thing. And communalism, it's okay to love your region. I'm not saying it is not acceptable to love your region, but it's about the hate of the other person. When you hate the people who are not like you, who are not from your region, then it becomes regionalism. Then comes communalism. Communalism means division on the basis of religion. So when you hate people who are not from your religion, when you don't respect people of other religions, then it is communalism type of divide. Okay. Then comes the secularism. What is secularism? Secularism is an ideology evolved in the Europe that the government, the state, whoever is in power, whether it is king or a government or whoever it is, he should not take a particular religion. Like in ancient India, we will read that Ashoka has taken Buddhist religion, etc. Okay, Gautam Putra Satakarni has supported Hindu religion. Okay, then there are Muslim kings who ruled India. So throughout history, kings supported a particular religion. But there is a modern philosophy which is secularism, which is talking about government should not support a particular religion. It should separate itself from religion. So in India, you will see government respecting all religions. So this is secularism. More you will read in the subject. Then comes the geography part. So first syllabus line in geography is salient features of world physical geography. So throughout the world, as I told you in previous class also, geography is divided into multiple subtopics. Like geography, you have physical geography, you have human geography. Human geography is further divided into social geography, economic geography, etc. So here it is asking about physical geography, salient features of world physical geography. So we will roughly know the world map, important feature, important mountain ranges, important deserts, etc. in this. Distribution of key natural resources across the world, including South Asia and Indian subcontinent. So this geography section broadly talks about both India and the world. Distribution of key natural resources. Key natural resources means like anything can be natural resources. Forest are natural resources, water is a natural resource, iron, okay, all the minerals, natural gas, petroleum, all of these are natural resources. So how these natural resources distributed across the world, we should have a basic understanding. Okay. Then comes the factors responsible for the location of primary and secondary and tertiary sector industries in various parts of the world. So here we are seeing what are the factories responsible for location of different industries. There are some manufacturing industries like leather manufacturing industry, food manufacturing industry. There are software industries. So all the industries we will divide it into primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary means agriculture, etc. Secondary means manufacturing. Tertiary means services. Services like software, transport, etc. So some regions are rich in agriculture. Some regions are rich in manufacturing. Some regions are rich in services. If you see India, in India, if you see the Andhra Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, these are the regions rich in agriculture. Then comes the manufacturing. So Gujarat, Maharashtra, these are the regions rich in manufacturing. Tamil Nadu, secondary sector. Then comes the tertiary sectors. Bengaluru, Hyderabad, these are very important for services. So tertiary sector. So different regions having different domination in different sectors. So what are the reasons responsible for this location of sectors in that particular region? So here we will see the distribution of industries. Okay, so this is some geography. Next, moving on. Important geophysical phenomena such as earthquakes, tsunami, volcanic activity, cyclone, etc. So geophysical phenomena. See, geophysical phenomena, something that is related, some physical phenomena related to Earth, such as they have given in the syllabus itself. Earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic activity, cyclone, etc. Okay, so we will learn about all of this geophysical phenomena. Okay, like earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic, okay, cyclones, etc. Then important geographical features and their location. So there are some important geographical features like there is Mount Everest, there are Himalayas. Okay, there is Lake Victoria. Okay, there are 5 very large lakes in USA. Now there is Greenland. So important geographical features we will see here. Then changes in critical geographical features including water bodies and ice caps, and in flora and fauna and the effects of such changes. So before humans, everything was in such way. Even before till 200 years back, the nature is more or less preserved in its way. But now after the industrial revolution especially, we are polluting the environment. We are creating climate change. We are creating global warming. So we are changing the fundamental atmosphere of the earth. So there are many changes happening across the earth. Like there is too much pollution. Now there is too much carbon dioxide. The heat in the atmosphere is increasing. The ice in the polar regions is melting. So we will read all of these critical geographical features. Many animals are dying. Okay, so flora and fauna. Many plant species are dying. Flora means plant, fauna means animals. So changes in geographical features, changes in flora, changes in fauna, and the effect of such changes we will see in this region. Okay. So this broadly concludes the GS paper 1 syllabus. We have seen Indian society, Indian culture, modern history, world history, post-independent India, Indian society and geography. So let us stop here. In our next video, we will start with the remaining GS papers.